Hey there folks, I'm Dan Brown from sortofinteresting.com and this is going to be a quick review of, well, this incredible colourful creation here from Mango Bikes. If you haven't seen Mango Bikes, then basically you can go to their website and they do single speed bikes which you can have either freewheel or fixie, which we'll look at in a second. But basically you can choose whatever colour setup you want of each individual component, which is how I've come to have this. Well, I don't know if it's brilliant, ridiculous, or whatever other word you want to use personally to describe it. Even though I've only had it for about 2 weeks, I'd say I've still rattled up maybe 200 miles, maybe even a little bit more than that, which is why I feel more than confident to review this and say that I absolutely love it. Just the simplicity of having it as a single speed bike is fantastic, and now that I've been riding it as a fixie, it's proved to be a very interesting experience. But like I say, that's not really something for reviews, and you'll see that in other videos. The gearing is absolutely perfect for the terrain in my local area. I mean, admittedly I do ride normally about 2,000 to 4,000 miles a year on a bike, so I am pretty built up in terms of me legs to be able to deal with some of the bigger hills, obviously having a fixed gear. And well, like I say, I've been riding my usual routes without having to get off and push, and there's some moderately punishing hills on there, but well, once you get to the top at least you get to come down. Like I say, it's single speed and you can have it set up as a fixie as well, so that's obviously a nice handy little feature. You have obviously a flip-flop back wheel here, which is freewheel on the one side, and I've got it set on the fixed side. It doesn't have quick release wheels. Obviously the back wheel has these chain tensioner bolts on them, which obviously means you can tighten or loosen the chain, depends on how it's generally feeling. On the Mango website they say they're not quick release in an attempt to make them more difficult to steal. Because it's set up as the fixie, I've removed the back brake, but obviously it would come spec'd with one. And the brakes, once again, as I've said on my previous bike videos, I just think that road bike brakes are so much better than mountain bike brakes. I mean, you can see how tight they are to the wheel rim, and obviously then you can really squeeze down and obviously get a lot of stopping power. And I've got to say, I generally find them much better than mountain bike brakes in the wet. I mean, obviously you start losing braking ability as soon as there's water splashed on them, but with it set up as a fixie as well, so you've got your pedals to try and knock some speed out of the back wheel. I've been doing 5 to 6 mile trips from the boat to town and literally not using the front brake at all, so I'm quite happy with that, but that's for another video. The handlebars I've got on this are the bull horns, which I've got to say I'm very pleased with, as I did like on my previous road bike the sort of stretching out to obviously start knuckling down with some speed. The bull horns are about £18 extra, I think, but personally they're well worth it. Ignore all these little bits and pieces of my bizarre light setup that I've got on the front. In general the bike is nice and lightweight. I mean, it's not super lightweight, but it's easy enough to pick up with one hand, so that's always a plus, especially if I'm having to store them on the roof, as you can see my friend's bike there. So there's no complaints there. I think this is around 11 kilogram in total weight. So really, if we step back, there's not too much that I can say about this. I mean, with it being single speed and fixed, there's fewer components than on most bikes, and like I say, with it fixed I haven't even got a back brake on it, so there's literally basically a single speed bike you're looking at with a front brake on it, and I absolutely love every inch of it. The colour and everything is the icing on the cake, and at the end of the day it gets a huge sort of interesting thumbs up. So that's my humble Mango bike. Obviously you'll see me coming, as many people comment when I'm riding past, and well, until the next time, make sure you subscribe to my videos. You'll see an awful lot of chest mount camera videos of me riding this around all sorts of places, and until the next time, well, have a great day, stay tuned, and farewell.